Hey guys, so today we're going to take a bit of a look at some design conventions. So what are they? Why do they matter to my project? And what's a convention? So a convention is like a way of approaching something. In user experience or UX circles, conventions are established over time by monitoring usage and mapping data back to a goal. The more people who are able to successfully complete the goals using using established conventions, the more likely those conventions will be used in the future. So what the heck does that mean, sir? Okay, so let's take a quick little look at some like an example in web design. So you guys have all done some online shopping. So you know how the cart or the store icon is quite often located in the top right hand corner? This isn't a coincidence. This location has been proven to be most effective in actually completing sales when users are looking for their cart and store. Many websites use analysis programs such as like Google Analytics, or they like to see how they can improve their site. This is called information architecture conventions. So these are models that govern layout, categorization, sort of flow. Other example is the shopping cart process. You know how you've all probably bought something online. Make sure the order is complete, fill out the address, review the order or insert your credit card details, and confirm. Those 4 steps, everyone sort of uses them. It's like a convention. It's almost like a guideline that everyone uses, so new people, so when you're shopping around, you don't have to relearn something, or it's not like a brand new process on adding your credit card or whatever it is. So what about like things like buttons on a website? How do you know to click them? Buttons should have a slight gradient, maybe a shadow or like a hover state. You know, when your mouse is over the top and it like changes color or something like that, to ensure that you guys know to click them. Same thing with links. You sort of have, you know, how everyone's got the blue with the underscore or the underline on it, and you know that that's a link. That's a convention because everyone, like most people in the world, understand that that's what a link kind of looks like. So this is a visual design convention. There are some really interesting like hidden ones as well, or ones that you may not have thought about too much. Where has anyone clicked the logo on a website? Like on most websites, when you click on this logo, it usually will take you to the home page. If you clicked on it and it took you to a new Google search, that would be like a weird thing to do. So the convention here is that you click on a logo on a web page and it takes you to the homepage. There are interaction design conventions as well, such as like how toggles and how drop downs work. If you had to like triple click a link to get it to drop down or toggle, it would be weird. A convention is a way of like approaching things. And it's like a guideline that you don't have to follow, but it becomes handy if you do. Basically, a convention is you don't have to relearn how to do something. You already kind of know, and everyone else kind of does it like that. And that way, you know, the users of your product, your website, your video, whatever, they kind of know what to expect. So right then, okay, smarty pants. What's the difference between a convention and an experience? So conventions are established to help users through an experience. An experience is designed to achieve goals. So user experience is like designing a journey the user will take. They'll kind of come into my website, they'll check out this thing, all the way through the cart and all the rest of it. Conventions are the tools that help them do it, like the buttons they click, this is where you find that, the stores in the top right hand corner. Conventions don't mean that design is dead, like you're not allowed to do anything different. Instead, focus on innovating with the elements that make up the experience, sort of like the flow, the navigation design, the content. But use standard conventions to ensure the experience is understandable and usable. So again, like you're just trying to get as many people to use your stuff as possible. Using a few of these conventions actually work. So I'll give you some more examples about what these conventions kind of are, or some examples of some design conventions. So In year 11 we sort of talk about HCI, or human-computer interaction, and Jacob Nielsen's got these like 10 different heuristics that you can use. One of them is aesthetics, so that's how it looks. Recognition rather than recall. You recognize a save icon rather than having to remember what that word means and what it actually does. Another one you guys are probably very familiar with is visual hierarchy. So the title, the heading 1, heading 2, the text underneath it. The title is usually the biggest thing on the page, and then the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and sort of in order of importance. So news websites and sort of clickbait websites use this all the time. So at the top there's usually like a super provocative like headline, something like real crazy. And then right underneath that is the picture. So the visual hierarchy is, cheers, let's look at this like giant website right here and this crazy title, it's crazy, and here's the picture, oh my gosh, I'm like so interested. And then you start to scroll down and your eyes are drawn to all the ads and then all of those weird links and stuff down the bottom, and then you've probably by this time completely missed the actual article. It's a design decision. They've just designed the website to be like that. So let's take a whole different approach. Sort of film genre. Horror, comedy, adventure, action, sci-fi. These are all sort of conventions. Like, you're not going to go to a horror if you're making a new horror film, you're going to use film genre conventions like jump scares, darkness, gore, suspense, scary ass music, you know? You wouldn't expect a horror to have giant rainbows and fluffy things and like a love story thrown in there. Like, hey, that doesn't work with the horror genre unless it's some like crazy thing. So your task is to choose a website, a film, and then answer some questions in the Google Doc below. Remember that a convention is a way of approaching things. It's not a rule, it's just kind of like a guideline. So once again, if you need to contact me, you can find me on like Discord like most days, or you can email me at jeffc@wahicole.school.nz. There's a couple links and stuff in the thing below. Check them all out. Otherwise, stay safe out there, team, and I'll see you next time.